Whenever I think of rumors or hoaxes in gaming, the first game that comes to mind is Smash Bros, and the second game that comes to mind is Pokemon. But something I was very surprised to find out when doing research for this episode is that there turns out to be a lot of rumors and hoaxes that circulated the internet for the Legend of Zelda series, ranging in everything from the infamous Triforce and Ocarina of Time hoax to alleged game announcements from Miyamoto himself, and even a fake eBay auction of all things. Back when Ocarina of Time released, it was heavily believed by many players that the Triforce was an obtainable item somewhere in the actual game, but was hidden so well that no one had discovered where it was yet. This was until February 2nd, 1999, when an Ocarina of Time player by the name of Ariana Almendoz contacted the fansite with a huge claim that she had finally uncovered the location of the Triforce, and could even prove it with an entirely legitimate looking image of Link obtaining it. Almost instantly, the Zelda fanbase blew up with interest and excitement that the Triforce had been found, and as a result, it prompted Ariana to supply enormous amounts of fake gameplay requirements, which an enormous amount of people tried out for themselves. However, almost as instantly as the initial picture blew up, the fanbase began to question Ariana's proof, and put a lot of pressure on her to reveal further details since everything she had said at this point didn't work for anyone. In response to the fans' discontent, she supplied two final pictures, one of the entrance to the Temple of Light, and another with Link playing the supposed new song, The Overture of Sages. As convincing as these images may seem, especially for 1999, in the one picture with Link playing his ocarina, eagle-eyed fans noticed that Link's sword holder was on the wrong side of his body, and that largely ended the believability of the hoax, because Ariana consistently admitted to not knowing why the sword was switched, and refused to reveal any more information on account that this was her method, and didn't want others to steal it. Rightfully so, the fans went on a hunt to prove these pictures were fake, and they were very successful in doing such, even going as far to confirm that no screen text for obtaining the Triforce was ever written for the game. As this hoax was ending its run, only a little over a month later on March 11th, 1999, Ariana returned to the site, but instead of supplying more details as she promised 1 month before she left, all she did was go on a rant saying that she put the mistakes in the pictures on purpose, and how the people who fell for it were stupid before admitting the truth, that she made the entire thing up. In late 2004, a rumor said to have originated from a Spanish Zelda forum made rounds fairly quickly, claiming that Eiji Aonuma confirmed the name for an upcoming Zelda game in the magazine Kai Arashi Monthly, or KA Monthly. This game's name roughly translated to Reigns of Sorrow or Bridal of Melancholy. Apparently this game was supposed to be a sequel to Wind Waker and focused largely on character development among other things. Interestingly though, there was supposed to be an item called the Reigns of Sorrow which allowed Link to transform into animals such as an eagle and a wolf. This reference to the transformation ability makes me believe this hoax actually had some truth behind it, and it was involved in the earliest rumors dealing with Twilight Princess. In fact, shortly after the Reigns rumor, another rumor popped up which I believe was heavily tied to the previous one, and it gave a new name and more details to Reigns of Sorrow. Now the game was called Gates of the Realm. Essentially, this rumor hit upon more details that turned out to be true in Twilight Princess, including a more realistic graphic style. But what made this more believable and along the lines of a hoax is that someone actually edited a game cover together and pasted it over a real image of Miyamoto giving a conference for something completely unrelated to Zelda. Despite this, neither rumor really amounted to anything of a significant magnitude, and just like the previous rumor, I personally think these were just early rumblings about Twilight Princess, because in both cases these unconfirmed new games detail a lot of Twilight Princess elements and were allegedly scheduled to release in 2005. Okay, so we're no stranger to Electronic Gaming Monthly's hoaxes by now, and in 2005 they made an attempt to fool gamers once again. This time they claimed that by pre-ordering Twilight Princess, you would receive a special Wind Waker game, completely remade in the graphical style of Twilight Princess. Apparently this hoax was one of those hoaxes that was disputed for a little while, as many people fell for it while others did not, and according to ZeldaWiki.org, the following issue of the magazine contained angry letters from fans, and even one from a confused fan. Now it's time for debatedly the most original hoax in this video, and something as deserving of that title means it's not a fake gameplay requirement or a fake game title. It's actually as physical as a fake anything can get. Back in late October 2005, an eBay listing for a Zelda game titled The Legend of Zelda the Triforce Saga, or simply Zelda III, sent the fanbase into a hysterical frenzy and caught mainstream attention. There was a long-standing rumor that a third Zelda game for the NES had been in development, and that a prototype of the game could exist. That game was supposed to be this one, and convincing as convincing could be, pictures were supplied to support the alleged validity of this game, including a picture of the title screen running on an NES, and a cartridge label with a version number, year, and copyright all listed on it. When the auction ended, the final bid came in at close to $3,000, but would you believe it? Later that same day, NES and Zelda aficionados debunked the cartridge as being fake, due to the fact that some prototype NES cards cannot be played on a normal NES system, as the seller showed in his picture, and the real Zelda III, A Link to the Past, had been in development for the Super Nintendo in 1988, contradicting the 1990 copyright date on the fake card. I tried to do a little searching around about what happened to the seller for selling a fake game, or the buyer after dropping $3,000 for it, but I couldn't find anything. Assumingly, the buyer got his money back and the seller probably got in trouble with eBay for essentially setting up a scam that caught mainstream game media attention. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you guys fall for any of those hoaxes? If you did, comment down below. Aside from that, here's all my other content. I got 2 channels, a blog, a Twitter, and we do podcasts every Friday night on LSuperSonicQ. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.